Crazy Cab Stories. I'm Francesca Dipaola, and in this episode, we're gonna address this whole Uber versus de Blasio debate. I know that it's a little bit off topic, but it's still a crazy cab story. So let me break it down for you real quick. Mayor de Blasio, the mayor of New York City, feels that Uber is growing at a crazy fast rate. They're putting way too many cars on the road, causing pollution, traffic, accidents. We're having to lower the speed limit, and it's just too much. We have yellow cabs, we have green cabs. We don't need Uber. But Uber's saying, we're providing people with jobs, especially people in lower income areas and the outer boroughs. We're sending cars to the outer boroughs. We're connecting with companies, and this is a great thing. People have an app. I want to get your opinion. I want to head to Harlem, and we're going to head to Yankee Stadium, Queens, Bronx, and I want to hear from you. I want to know what's going on and get the real story. I also want to get us inside some Ubers and talk to those Uber drivers, and I want to see what they have to say. And then, of course, we'll take it to the back of some taxis and then get their opinion. So stay tuned for Crazy Cab Stories. All right, so we're here with Dwight, and we're in Harlem, and I was just trying to get Dwight's opinion on what's going on between de Blasio and Uber. So, Dwight, do you take cabs? Do you have a problem with de Blasio trying to slow down the Uber situation? What is your opinion on the situation?
My opinion on the situation is that I don't see no problem with Uber coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel Uber is more, it's helpful. It's helpful because it's hard to catch yellow cabs and green cabs. They biased, they racist, and they want to charge high prices to go certain places. With Uber, they're pretty fair. They understand it, and they're willing to stop for anybody. So.
We've been hearing a lot of that. But do you find it difficult to get a cab around here? I know, like, we're in the main area of Harlem, right. So what do you think?
Well, no, it's not difficult to get a cab around here because they're everywhere, Mm-hmm. But the green cabs and yellow cabs, if you're not going in the direction that they're going in, then they're not picking you up.
Yeah.
Like the medallion cabs and all that, like, they pick you up at any time. It doesn't matter where you're going. They want your fare.
Yeah.
Uber, they're convenient because you can call them, and you know what I'm saying, you get nice luxury cars, not just a regular car that you normally get a cab and everything. So that makes Uber, a little better. And like I feel Uber is a little safer because they're not so aggressive at getting fares like how the yellow and green cabs are. Because when I used to work downtown, and they used to cause so many accidents trying to get a fare, cut you off in a heartbeat. So Uber to me is a little better than the yellow and green cabs. They just hustle too hard to get a fare.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It was so nice meeting you. Maybe I'll see you around here.
Yeah, you will.
Have a great day. So I'm here with Daniel and Di, and you guys are both from Brazil originally, but now you live in
Harlem.
In Harlem. And I just wanted to get your opinion on this whole situation between de Blasio and Uber. I know that Uber's growing at a crazy rate, but it's providing a lot of jobs for people. De Blasio feels that we have cabs, we have jobs for people, it's a lot of pollution, it's a lot of cars on the road, but I don't know. So where do you stand? What do you think?
I think there's a middle ground between too many cars on the street, which is obviously very bad for everybody, and also the job situation. And this war against the yellow cabs and Uber, I think it's a free country. People can make their businesses and put on the street, and they're providing a lot of solutions for everybody, because I used to live even more uptown, and it was hard to get cabs normally.
Yes.
And in different times of the day, it was really hard. It took like several minutes. And with Uber, it was instant. So if they're providing solutions, I think it's okay. But you have to also regulate and control, otherwise it's just, too many cars is not good for anybody, I think.
Right. And that's the exact situation. It's like sometimes it's 5 o'clock at rush hour and you live way uptown, you call Uber and it's right there.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like, there's a lot of cars on the road, but it's New York City. So what are you going to do? But and then you mentioned you were from Brazil. Is there Uber in Brazil, or?
Yeah, they just arrived there, and right now there is a war going on, but it's much more hardcore than here. Like we heard stories of not stories, real reports of people getting beaten by taxi drivers and throwing stones against the cars, Uber cars. We took an Uber car down there, and the guy didn't dress like in a more formal way because he was afraid he was spotted as an Uber driver.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
People were throwing the
This guy
rocks?
had a military training. He was very afraid. He said, I won't be like, you know, denouncing him from Uber because they can get beaten in the streets.
Were the people throwing the rocks, or were the other taxi drivers throwing rocks?
Taxi drivers, because they were very angry. So
imagine if it escalates to that. It's getting there.
They closed the whole city for a day in Rio. They closed the whole city for one day. The taxi drivers, all the traffic, they stopped the cars in the middle of the streets as a protest. So in the same day, Uber said, okay, so everybody gets like $50 free to ride anywhere in the city.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so it's actually a war.
Wow.
And we heard from another state that this reporter was going out of her TV station, and 3 taxi drivers came and beat the shit out of her husband because there was a Uber car waiting for them.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Okay, so as you can see, this is not just a New York City problem. This is an overall problem going all the way to Brazil. Wow, what an experience. Thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate it. It was totally, I'm definitely going to look into that. And it was so nice meeting you. Maybe I'll see you around Harlem. Have a great day. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I definitely think that Blasio should not stop Uber because, again, it does open up those job opportunities, as well as it's much more convenient for the like regular neighborhood people up here in the uptown area, because downtown is easier for you to catch a yellow cab, but up here it's much harder for you to catch a yellow cab, or for that matter a lively cab, and Uber cars just make it that much easier for you to do so up here. So for de Blasio to sit there and try to take it away, I feel like he's just taken away from the community of uptown Harlem, as well as other locations around the city.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I also live in Harlem, so I take Uber a lot. I mean, luckily that we have this main street here where you can get a cab, but at certain times of day, that's all we have is this one main street, and it's hard. It's definitely hard. Yeah. But I also wanted to know, like, when you do take a cab, do you have any difficulties, like getting a cab, or like do you
have difficulties getting a cab all the time?
Really?
Or sometimes you can tell them where you're going, even though a cab driver should know. Okay.
Yeah.
Some of them would say, I don't know where that's at. Okay, you're a cab driver. And it's like 15 minutes away from here.
Versus
a lot of people have been saying that. A lot of people have been saying that, yes. That even if there's a cab available, it's difficult to actually get in the cab, and especially because, uptown. I've been hearing that.
Most lively cars and yellow cars up here, once they find out like a location where you're going, and most of them, like, I live on 153rd, so when I be taking the cab from 125th, they don't even want to drive up in that direction. But Uber has no problem doing it all the time.
Yes, and because a lot of Uber drivers are from uptown, you know, and that's, like you said, it's part of the community. So I understand the pollution side of it. Like I said, de Blasio, he said it's a lot of cars on the road, it's a lot of pollution, but you guys are giving the pros of it, and the people benefiting from it are going to hurt if he's slowing down the app. So
like I take a cab whenever I'm at work, and then I'm going back home, I'll do that, but it's usually always an Uber car that stops.
Yeah. So. Thank you so much, Jonathan.
Yes.
Jonathan and Praness. Thank you so much. So we're here with Isa in an Uber, our first Uber episode, and basically I wanted to get your opinion on the whole Uber versus de Blasio situation that's been happening. I'm going to talk to some people in Harlem, talk to some people in Queens, but you know, I guess the situation is really affecting the drivers the most. So what do you think of the situation?
I mean, my point of view is wrong if he's gonna stop Uber from putting more cars on the street, because Uber's providing job to people like me. Actually, I'm doing this as a part-time, and Uber is the best thing ever that happened in New York. You know?
Wow!
You could just you could just have the app on your hands. Call a car in the next minute or two, it's gonna be in your fit. You know, you jump on it, get to places. I like it, and I used to drive yellow. The reason why I drive Uber now because customer used to be upset because, to tell you the truth, most of the yellows are old. one. Two, the back is too crowded. Like, there's no room. And there's no AC in the back seat. So I have a couple of customers complain saying, oh, I need an AC when I turn it up. Never get back there. When I'm gonna roll the window down, the car is smelly. When you guys pay your money, you want to feel comfortable.
Yes.
Like this guy back there, you know. Relax your feet, you know, have a good time. Sometimes you offer a bottle of water. Yellow never offer a bottle of water.
Yep.
Sometimes you give you gum, some treat to make you feel comfortable, you know. When you get to places, you feel like, you know, your money was worth it, you know, because you pay your money to get places. And you want to make sure when you get there, you know, you're comfortable and got a lot of rooms. But the yellow cab, sometimes, you know, you feel like you want to throw up, or the way they treat you is bad, or some drivers on the phone talking some language that you don't even understand.
Yes,
you know.
That is so true.
I really love Uber. I drive Uber. I just started this in my first week.
Wow.
My second day is Uber.
Congratulations!
Thank
Yay!
you. To see how Uber works versus yellow cab. Last Thursday I drove yellow. Today, Thursday, I'm driving Uber.
Wow.
And I like to be fancy. I like to dress up, you know, take people places. And with the yellow, I can't do it. I have to be on my jeans, you know, rushing, hustling, trying to make my money.
Yes.
But Uber, you know, I love it.
Wow, and you just said it all perfectly. We talked to some people in Harlem, and that's exactly what they said. It's very rushed. It's totally uncomfortable in the taxis. It's very rare to get like a really nice taxi. It's super rare. And I can't, like, congratulations. What a huge, exciting thing. And your Uber is really nice. And we did get water and gum, just so you know. So you said this is part-time. What do you do when you're not Ubering?
As a maintenance in a building.
Oh, cool.
So knowing that time is rough, so I wanted to make a couple of extra money.
Are you, is it a building uptown?
Yeah.
So
I do maintenance, like, you know, porter, or sometime I do doorman.
Is it like in the outer boroughs uptown, or like?
No, it's Manhattan,
okay.
66th Street. It's, the company's called the Grand Millennium.
Do you find it hard to get cabs uptown? So like you've taken Uber?
I listened to a couple of the tenants. They rather take Uber than take yellow.
Yeah.
Because the same complaint, the same thing I just told you. People are mean. They speak language that you don't understand. You feel like they're talking about you. And the back is a little tiny. There's no air in the back. There's no AC, and most of the yellow cab are old.
And how long do you live in New York?
Yeah, I live in New York.
How long have you been? 3 years?
No, 10 years.
Oh, 10 years.
Yes.
So where were you before that?
I was in Africa. I was born and raised in Africa.
Cool. What part?
Senegal.
Wow. Okay. Cool. It's really cool. And when you came over here, was the yellow taxi the first job you took?
No. When I first came here, I went to school for a couple of years, and I was I was doing deliveries.
Oh, cool.
This was delivery. And after that, I worked as a core manager in Rite Aid. And after that, I got promoted to a store manager.
Nice.
And I used to do 2 jobs, the building and the core and the manager, so which was too hard for me. And I just decided to let one go. And now I'm doing Uber.
Yeah.
For part-time, and I love it. I like Uber.
That's awesome. That's so awesome, because you feel like, you know, you can, it's self-employed basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
my
awesome.
days off, I could just hop and drive Uber, be happy, you know, and hope that everybody I get will be happy like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I had another question. So like I said, my show is Crazy Cab Stories. So I gotta ask, I know you were in the yellow taxi, and you've been here for a couple days, so what is the craziest cab story you have?
Actually, I have not been long in the crazy cab story. In the cab, the yellow business to tell you it's a crazy one, but
like even if it was you in a cab, not even driving it, did you have anything crazy happen ever? I have a lot of crazy cab stories.
Yeah, but I had not drive yellow for a long time. The only crazy story I had was the customer was so upset because there was no AC.
Really? And what happened though?
was to go all the window down, and it was complaining. And he wasn't happy. And he didn't give me no tip.
Oh my, because of the AC?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Well, it's my responsibility if I drive the car. I have to make sure there's AC.
Really?
Yep.
I did not know that.
Well, I mean, you guys customer. You are my boss right now. As soon as you jump in, you're the boss.
What?
You know.
But if the AC is broken, isn't that on? Like, don't they give you the cab? Like, don't you get a cab from the cab?
Well, the garage.
Yeah.
They're just gonna give you a car, and they want to make their money. When you're there, they tell you the car. I mean, it's good. You know, you could go, you put the AC on, the air blow a couple of minutes, and say, okay, it's good. But technically, you don't know what's in the back.
Oh my God.
So the back, when you hit rear, there's nothing. You know, the air is not coming from the back.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So.
That is not fair.
And plus, to tell you the truth, yellow taxi or the rent for yellow taxi is expensive because they're renting the car.
Wow.
Like, let's say all charges today is $140, you know.
Okay.
$120, $130 to rent the car and you put gas
Okay.
a day. So Uber, you can rent an Uber a week for $450. So you divide it by 7. So you technically be paying less than $70 a day.
Can't you use your own car too for Uber?
You can use your own car, but like people like me, you just want to learn to see how things go. You just want to rent and see how things go. You could have your own car, or you could finance Uber.
Wow.
You know, Uber could finance. Uber had working with some partner dealers. You could finance a car, but if you're not ready and you don't know how things go, you know, I think you rather go rent till you get used to it and you know how much you can make a day.
Especially if you're transitioning from a yellow taxi to an Uber, you're saving money, you're like getting an upgrade on your car, and you're working for a corporation that is like teaching you, taking care of you, and like there's room to grow, and then like you know have your own car. You could save money and get your own car.
Get your own car.
That's
you
crazy.
As you go, you know, you finance your car, you pay everything weekly. In 3 years, you got your own car.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isa, that's awesome.
And most of the company now, they're working with Uber, you know, because
like to provide for their clients. Yeah, to pick up and drop off. Last
week, yesterday actually, I had a guy. I picked him up from his job, and he said his company paid for the ride every time he's going to work or he's going back home. So, and you can't do that with the yellow.
Yeah,
company.
totally.
Yeah.
Isa, thank you so much for sharing. You were awesome, and you provided so much information, and I really appreciate it. So I'm here with Lynn and Gary, and they're from
Scotland.
All the way from Scotland here in New York. So I explained that we're talking about the Uber versus de Blasio debate. So there's no Uber in Scotland yet, but there are cabs in Scotland, right? And so you've taken cabs in Scotland? Yes. And you've taken cabs in New York? Yes. And so any differences, similarities?
Big difference is everything is more private back home. It's more you call a cab. Cab companies you would call instead of just, you can flag them down like black cabs, like London, not so much, more kind of private.
Oh, okay. So you can't really flag them down, only in London?
You can, it's more just in the city. Once you come out kind of the suburbs, it's more kind of private taxis.
Oh, okay.
Call a cab.
Okay, cool. But do you have any crazy cab stories that have happened in London or in Scotland?
Not apart from being put out them.
No way! You got put out of a cab? Why?
Thrown up.
So you actually have thrown up in a cab?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And was that in Scotland or London? Were you out in the city? In Scotland?
And they charge you obviously to clean the cab.
Oh my God! They charge you to clean it?
Yeah.
See, here they wouldn't do that, I don't think. I don't think you would get charged. No,
£30
they would just
to
be
clean
like, they probably would still keep you in here.
Oh really?
Yeah.
No, in Scotland they get thrown out.
And just like leave you on the street?
Yeah. And take money off you to clean it as well.
Oh my God! Were you guys together or was it just you?
No, I've been with one of my friends.
Oh my God! That's crazy. crazy. That is a crazy cab story. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. And so you're here until?
Monday.
Until Monday. That's awesome. So definitely take some more cabs, get some more crazy cab stories, keep partying. I love it. And hit me up if you have any more. So I'm here with Neffin, and we're in the Bronx, and I'm just gonna ask him a few questions about the whole de Blasio Uber situation that's going on here in the Bronx. So you said that you really don't take taxis, or you've never taken an Uber, or what's your situation?
Because I just take the train because I don't live that far.
You usually take the train, but what about at night?
At night, yeah, I take taxis.
And what kind of taxis do you take? Like the green ones?
No, the black ones.
The black ones? But what, like the gypsy cabs?
Yeah.
Yeah. How come you don't take the yellow cabs or like the green cabs?
Too expensive.
They're too expensive?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I never realized that the black cabs were cheaper than the yellow cabs. That's crazy. I thought that they were like more sketchy. You're not scared of those? No? That's crazy. Okay, cool. Very cool. Do you feel like that Uber is helpful though? Like you never use it, so you don't really think about it that much? No, no. And it has nothing to do with like the easiness of getting a yellow taxi. It's just expensive. It's really expensive. Okay, cool. That's really cool. Awesome. Thank you so much. It was really nice meeting you. Good luck selling your t-shirts here. They're awesome. Thank you.